Women choose who has sex. Men do not choose who has sex. It's illegal.
Huh?
The woman picks the man for sex.
Oh, I gotta go.
What?
But it does though.
I mean, I get what he's saying. He's saying that if a man chooses,
so a fat girl can fuck on you and you don't got no choice?
Yo, they're not listening. That's the problem. Like, they're not listening. Y'all are just hearing us. I'm saying, can a man have sex with you without your consent legally?
Yes,
no, nobody can.
Can you answer the same question vice versa?
Let's keep it 1,000. Women pick who has sex.
You're keeping me at 1,000. I'm not getting a yes or no.
The whale has choices.
Can a girl just fuck on you? Just like, can a whale just fuck on you? You gonna let her lay you down and just what? Ride you to the sunset? Like, what are you gonna
get you drunk and abuse you and use you?
Most likely they will. It's still taking advantage of a man. I think.
Do you guys live in? I don't know if you guys live in reality, but women don't go around saying, "I'm gonna fuck on you." Like, that's not how this goes.
Reality is
one mic at a time. One mic at a time.
In reality, it is a lot harder for men to have sex with women than it is for women to have sex with men.
But I feel like you have reality to say that there's still a possibility and it still happens. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, whoa, stop. The exception does not make the rule. If 1% of women are out here raping dudes, that does not make the rule. That's one woman out of 100.
Right, exactly.
But on the other side, there's 100 guys that are trying to get laid. They have to get permission from the woman. Right. So that you cannot use an exception to the rule.
Right.
Yeah, but you're saying, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm not. You feel like I'm arguing with you, but I'm just having a conversation with.
This is not a conversation. You're trying to debate things that don't make sense. So going back to what I was saying, a man cannot have sex with a woman without her consent, right? So women ultimately choose who has sex, correct?
Correct.
Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay.
Vice versa.
Otherwise, it's a felony.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's a felony.
Vice versa.
Okay.
But can I say something?
You can say vice versa, but vice versa doesn't apply because women are running around.
It's reality.
Women are not running around having sex with men against their will.
You're saying statistically, to your knowledge.
Yes, guys. Can I just say something really fast? Can I say something?
Yes.
So I read something a while ago, and it was a very true statement. It says, "Women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can."
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Hold on, Miss Texas. You got anything you want out of here? You've been quiet for most of the show.
I mean, she knows.
You want out of here?
I don't have anything to add. I'm just
circle back to the perfect.
All right, Lauren.
If women aren't the gatekeepers, why is OnlyFans $1 billion business?
Correct.
Right. The girls go left.
Oh, okay.
Aren't men on
It takes two to tango at the same
time. But why do these industries exist? Why are they $1 billion industries? Because men are not able to have access to that decision of who they want to be with. Women, we ultimately decide, yes, it's against the law.
Correct. Correct.
That's all we're saying here.
That's all they're saying.
Why is that when she said it, y'all were cool with it, but when I said it,
we're cool with it. I disagree, but I'm just not gonna argue, right?
Because I was cool with it.
It's not the fact that you are not using logic when you say what you're saying.
He says it, right?
It's not even how he says it. Do you believe in intersectionality?
The fuck?
You don't know what intersectionality is? No. Look, listen.
Oh my God.
Intersectionality accounts for the fact that there are multiple parts at play in any given scenario, situation, circumstance, right? My issue is when you're using your logic, you are skipping over so much intersectionality. And the whole thing that you just told me like an hour ago was that we're not talking about the hypothetical dream worlds. We're talking about keeping it real. Reality is intersectionality. There is no black and white when we come to social issues, when we come to talk about sexism, gender discrimination, differences between men and women. There is no clear cut. There is a lot of gray space. There's 9 billion people on this planet. If we're going to keep it real, we have to deal with what's actually going on in multiple realities at once, which is intersectionality. I understand that you're using logic, but you're skipping over a lot of reality in your logic.
What am I skipping over?
Wait, I agree.
No, hold on. No. What are we skipping over?
I'll talk about that.
Go ahead.
Intersectionality covers the cross barriers that come between race, gender, class, education, like health issues, being an able body versus disabilities. Like, I'm sorry, you said your name was Lola, right?
Yeah.
Like Lola said, there's a lot of circumstances that go into the decisions and the choices that we make as a group of women versus an independent, like single individual woman, men, community, co-ed, whatever. you still have to account for that intersectionality when you're assessing these situations, because intersectionality exists. Whether you use it in your like ABC logic explanation, whatever, it exists. So if we're always going to keep it real, we're going to talk about reality. We're going to talk about it is what it is, what the world is. We're not going to be optimistic and talking about all this positive shit. Let's make sure we talk about what's actually going on outside of that one example that you're providing.
You're going on a tangent right now that has nothing to do with the discussion at hand.
Nothing.
The discussion
Intersectionality does have intersectionality does have relevance.
Okay, tell me how intersectionality applies to the situation of women having universal control over who gets born in the United States with men having zero.
Please
explain us.
Because, okay, for example, when you look at racial barriers, when you look at class barriers, all of these things are going to play a factor into people's choices. Like Lola said earlier, not everybody has the same choices. I may only have 1 or 2 options. She may have 7 options. So her reality is going to be a little bit different from mine. That doesn't negate the fact that my reality is valid, her reality is valid, but these two things exist at the same time.
Snaps.
My issue is that you're making it seem like it's so black and white. Like, okay, we had sex. You're the one that has a control of like what you do with your body. Okay, yes, but like she said, finances play a part. The racial barriers play a part. The fact that black women can't get good OBGYNs is going to play a part in if they keep that baby or not. Their health conditions are going to determine if they keep that baby or not. Their social status is going to determine if they keep that baby or not. That is also reality. So if we're going to say, let's keep it real, let's talk about what it is, what it is. We're not trying to be in the Wizard of Oz being all positive. Account for all of reality. We're not going to pick and choose what we're taking from reality,
which is why the rape wasn't such a good. He's right when whatever he was.
Stop. See,
sorry.
Control your emotions.
All right. So,
are we speaking in generalities or minority outliers?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Here's the thing.
There are so many different
you're applying intersectionality, and you're saying her reality, my reality. That's where you're wrong. There's one reality. Okay. The reality is there's 31 forms of contraception.
Correct.
The reality is there's
they're free.
And the other reality is that as a woman, you have multiple times during the time that you're pregnant where you can abort the baby. You can get a plan B the day after. You can get another pill a month later. You can get a condom before the sex. There's 31 forms of contraception. That's the reality. Now I know you're saying, well, race, social status, etc. All this plays into play. That's not what the conversation is. I am simply saying, number one, because we're going to bring this all the way full circle, there's no right or privilege that a man enjoys that a woman does not. That's a fact. Okay? And I used abortion as an example. I said a man has no control over abortion. If I have the baby with you and I want to have the baby, I don't have a say in the child being born or not. You choose. It's pro-choice, which is fantastic. But again, it proves my point, which is what I said. Women enjoy a certain right and privilege that men don't. It's your body, but it is not my wallet.
Well, your exact word was that
pro-life, right? It's your body, your choice, but it's not my wallet, my choice. So you can choose to have the child and drag me financially. Fine. That's a right and a privilege that women enjoy that men don't. So what I'm saying is this. With authority comes responsibility. Okay? So if you're a single mom or you get pregnant, it's your fault. Because there's multiple times you could have got off the highway of pregnancy, 31 to be exact. So if you want to say intersectionality and all this other stuff, it doesn't matter because a man only has one time to get off the highway. After he ejaculates in you, done. But the woman has multiple times she can get off. So therefore, you cannot even compare.
But what you said was there is no right or privilege that a man has that a woman doesn't. And I gave you a specific example.